a new session at Graduate Guru. We are on our topic valuation of goodwill and shares. In the last session, we have completed all the different types of sums on goodwill, and now we are moving on to valuation of shares. So, valuation of shares and goodwill ये connected क्यों है? Because whenever you want to value your shares, you will have to value the goodwill first. और goodwill हमें add करना पड़ेगा और consider करना पड़ेगा in our valuation of shares. So before we go to how the valuation is done, what are the formats that we follow, etc. Let us first just recap and revise about what is a share. Any company cannot be formed without share capital. We've already seen that earlier in some other topics. And हर company के पास share capital होता है जिसमें we have equity shares, we also have preference shares. So share basically is an indivisible unit of a capital. So capital total होता है, generally हमें balance sheet में एक total amount दिखता है, and that capital is made up of small parts, and each such part is called a share. Now generally when we talk about shares, we think about stock exchange, and we realize that we can buy and sell shares on the stock exchange at a particular value. So stock exchange पे भी जब shares quote होते हैं, shares का price दिया जाता है, that is always per share. Then based on how many shares you want to sell or buy, you have to calculate it accordingly. So as I was saying, the stock exchange prices are also based on per share. So that means कि शेयर का वैल्यू निकालना जरूरी हो जाता है when we want to buy or sell the shares. Now if I'm talking about stock exchange again, stock exchange पे एक वैल्यू दी जाती है that is based on various factors like कंपनी कितनी फेमस है, कितना बिजनेस कर रही है, उसका प्रॉफिट कितना हुआ है in the past year and so on. So the prices keep on rising and falling. Here I'm not talking about that value. That is considered as a market value. But when a company internally wants to give its shares to somebody or wants to take over somebody's business, in that case, valuation of shares becomes very, very important. So, I'll just explain to you why we need valuation. So, what is the need for valuation? The reasons or the situations when we value shares. So, first is when there is an exchange of shares of a private company which is not listed on the stock exchange. हमने stock exchange की बात की, वहाँ पे share का एक value quote होता है. So when I want to buy the shares of a company who is listed on the stock exchange, at that time I just need to look at the newspaper, see what is the value per share, accordingly decide whether I want to buy those shares or not. But what about a private company? जो private companies होती हैं, उनके share stock exchange पे बेचे नहीं जाते. So if a private company wants to exchange its shares with some other company, then it wants to find out what is the value per share. So suppose I want to determine a ratio कि इनके दो shares के बदले private company के कितने shares मिलने चाहिए. In that situation, you have to value their shares. Second is when there is a sale of majority shareholding of a company or transfer of control in the business. So in that case also जब हमें एक या दो shares की हम बात नहीं कर रहे हैं, या we are not talking about 2 or 3% of the share capital, but we are talking about around 40-50% of the share capital of a company. When such bulk shares are being sold or purchased, we generally don't refer to the stock exchange value, but instead हम balance sheet use करते हैं to calculate the value per share, and then we give an offer accordingly. Next is when there is amalgamation, absorption, one company is taking over the other company. Again, what will happen in that situation? We will generally determine the value per share based on the balance sheet, and then we will decide कि कितना purchase consideration देना है, जो company sell कर रही है अपना business, उसे PC कितना मिलना चाहिए, that is purchase consideration कितना मिलना चाहिए. Next is when there is conversion of shares. Suppose a person is having preference shares. Preference shares के बदले अगर उसे equity shares देने हैं, तो उसके preference shares का value कितना है, equity shares का value कितना है, you compare एंड देन यू डिसाइड कि उसे एक प्रेफरेंस शेयर के बदले कितने इक्विटी शेयर्स देने चाहिए. नेक्स्ट इज शेयर वैल्यूएशन फॉर एन इन्वेस्टमेंट कंपनी. What is an investment company? It is a company that puts its money in other businesses. So generally they buy the shares of other companies. So in that situation also we will need a valuation of our shares based on the balance sheet of those companies to show the amount in our balance sheet or in the stock. Next is liabilities payable under an act. जैसे Wealth Tax Act हो गया. So when I am holding the shares of some company, majority shares, then if I have to pay wealth tax on that, तो उसकी value determine करने के लिए I will use valuation based on balance sheet rather than just depending on the market value of those shares, that is the stock exchange value. And the last is valuing shares given as a security. Suppose मैंने loan लिया है and instead of that loan, that is in lieu of that loan, I am giving a security to the bank of my investment. अब वो investment shares है. The bank should have confidence that जब if I am not able to pay the loan, will they be able to sell and recover the amount? In that case also we will use these valuation methods or techniques. Now there are different types of values which can be listed. So when I talk about shares और share की value की हम बात करते हैं तो अलग अलग तरीके की values होती है. तो first one is book value. So this is the value of the shares based on the books of the company. So generally when I consider the assets and liabilities जो balance sheet में दिखाई गई है, वो asset and liability अगर मैं plus minus करूँ, we'll come to the method, so I'll tell you how to calculate. But when I determine it on the basis of what is written in the balance sheet, then it becomes a book value of that share. Next is face value or par value, or we also call it nominal value. So this is the value of the share which is listed in the certificate. So मैं बोलती हूँ कि अगर 1000 shares of ₹10 each, 10 becomes the face value. Okay, so that is our face value which we generally use at the time of issue. So face value से हम कितना ज़्यादा amount ले रहे हैं, that determines our premium and all, which again is a part of the topic based on issue of shares. Next is, as I said, premium. So that is the next value which is value at premium or discount. So in this example, as I told you, 10 rupees के shares है. So the actual face value, that is capital में जो amount दिखेगा, that is 10 rupees per share. So if there are 1000 shares, 1000 into 10, 10,000 is the capital. So अगर वही shares, 10 रुपए के shares हमने shareholders को दिए at 12 rupees, we are taking extra money from them, that is called value at premium. So 12 rupees is value at premium. If I give the 10 rupees shares at say 9 rupees, then that becomes my value at discount, क्योंकि हम उनसे कम amount ले रहे हैं. Then we have the market or the quoted value, which I already talked about, that is the stock exchange value. So stock exchange पे shares का जो price चल रहा है, that is called its market value. Then what we have is what we are going to calculate in most of our sums, which is the intrinsic or the net asset value. So यहाँ पर भी we are going to do assets minus liabilities. Goodwill में हमने किया था for capital employed, assets minus liabilities. So that itself, वो जो capital employed है, that will only be used to calculate our intrinsic value. So of course I'll be giving you a format for that, which we'll be doing in some time. And how is it different from the book value? What did I say about book value? Balance sheet में जो amounts दिए हैं assets और liabilities के, वो use करके if we find out the value, it is book value. यहाँ पर I will be using the market value or the revalued figures of my assets and liabilities. So that is the difference between my book value and my intrinsic value. And finally, we have the yield value. Now this yield value, yield by itself means profits basically. So company कितना earn कर रही है, उस basis पे अगर मैं shares value करूँ based on the profit and loss, not on the balance sheet, then that value will be called yield value. Again, there are various methods, whether we use profit or we use the dividend which the company has declared. Based on that, different yield values can be calculated. For most of our sums, we will be using intrinsic value or yield value. Of course, these values which I have written will help us to understand certain things which will be given to us in the sum. So quickly take this down and then we'll move ahead with the first type of valuation, which will be the intrinsic value. So for intrinsic value method, first I am calculating it for equity shares. Equity shares are the owners of the company. The equity shareholders basically, they own the company. So company के जितने भी assets, liabilities हैं, they actually belong to the equity shareholders. So सारे assets और liabilities पे उनके rights होते हैं. Okay, and that is why for valuing equity shares, we will be using all the assets and liabilities of the company. So you start with the revised values of the assets. As I said, we will take the adjustment value or the revised value, जो latest market value है assets की, that will be considered while valuing the shares. Now here, if you remember, in goodwill valuation, we used to ignore the goodwill which was given in the balance sheet, but यहाँ पे we will value the goodwill और उस goodwill को हम अपने revised values में include करेंगे. So including goodwill which is valued, also including your non-trading assets. Again, for goodwill, we used to ignore this. Non-trading assets, non-trading investments, अगर आपको याद है, तो we used to never consider it as a part of our capital. But for valuation of shares, each and every asset, including our goodwill, which is newly valued, including the non-trading assets, all of those assets have to be included. But it will exclude fictitious assets. Again, this is something I had explained to you during goodwill valuation. Fictitious assets are not assets at all, even though they appear on the asset side of our balance sheet, but ये assets नहीं हैं. These are just simply losses or expenses. So when we are valuing our equity shares, we will not include the fictitious assets. From this, I subtract my external liabilities. So any liability which I have to pay to the outsiders, not to the shareholders of the company. So जो भी shareholder का amount है वो छोड़ के बाकी जो भी liabilities है, that you have to subtract. This includes my contingent liability if it is payable. Only if payable. What is contingent liability first of all? Contingent liability is a liability जिसका amount sure नहीं है, या अगर हमें वो liability pay करनी पड़ेगी या नहीं वो भी sure नहीं है. So those liabilities, if they become payable, so when I am valuing the shares, I know कि एक contingent liability थी जो अब मुझे pay करनी पड़ेगी, then I'll include it in my liabilities. And also you will include your funds. Funds to the extent of liability. So in the fund, if there is an amount which is actually a liability, then that will be included. So जैसे if you remember goodwill के एक sum में we had seen workmen compensation fund, और उसका बैलेंस शीट में एक अमाउंट था एंड देन इन द एडजस्टमेंट दे हैड सेड इतना पेएबल है, so then that amount will be considered as my liability. So after doing this, generally what we get is net assets of the business, because this is assets minus liabilities. So what you get over here is net assets of the business. So technically यही amount है which belongs to the shareholders. So this only should become your value of the share. But no, in case there are preference shares in my balance sheet, then what? So I have to remove that, because ये जो net assets है, this belongs to my preference shareholders as well as my equity shareholders. So preference shares को जो भी amount हमें pay करना है, that should be removed from here. So what is included in that? We will subtract our preference share capital and this is including premium payable on redemption. So अगर हमें पता है that we are going to redeem the preference shares at a premium, so वो premium already determined होता है and that will also be subtracted along with the preference share capital, and you will also subtract your dividend payable on the preference capital. So if there is some dividend which is shown in the balance sheet as payable, then that will also be subtracted from my net assets of the business. So from the net assets, I subtract my preference share capital basically, and it will include premium and dividend if it is determined as payable already. So it should be a liability which is shown in the balance sheet. After that, if the shareholders are participating shareholders, so share of surplus payable to preference shareholders. Now what is this? Preference shares are of various types, and one of the types is participating or non-participating. Participating preference shares में क्या होता है? When the company closes down on liquidation, whatever assets remain, generally preference capital pay कर देते हैं, उसके बाद जो भी assets बचते हैं, that has to go to the equity shareholders. But if the shares are participating, that is preference shares are participating, then they will get a share in that profits or that assets also, and that is their share of surplus. So अगर participating preference shareholders है, then उन्हें ये देना होगा and that will be subtracted from the net assets of the business, because that does not belong to my equity shareholders, that amount belongs to the preference shareholders. After doing this, you will get your equity shareholders funds. So now we have removed all the amount payable to all the outsiders, including our preference shareholders. And finally, जो भी बचेगा, now that belongs to my equity shareholders. But what if the equity shares are partly paid? So there may be a case that जहाँ पे 100 rupees के share है, but हमने अब तक कितना लिया है shareholders से? Maybe only 60 or 70. In that case, what we do when we are valuing shares, we assume that shareholders ने हमें amount दे दिया है, जो uncalled amount है, that is 100 rupees के share है. Suppose 60 rupees is paid up or called up. 40 rupees अब तक हमने मांगे ही नहीं है shareholders से. But we assume when we are valuing shares, we assume that वो 40 rupees भी हमने उनसे ले लिए हैं, and that we add to my equity shareholders funds. So I'll just continue the format over here. So to my equity shareholders funds, as I said, we add notional calls on partly paid shares. सो ये अमाउंट ऐड हो जाएगा टू माई फंड. सो वी अज्यूम दैट जब भी हम शेयर होल्डर्स से पैसे मांगेंगे बाकी के जो उनके शेयर्स पे रिमेनिंग है, they will definitely give us that money, and that is why we add that to my equity shareholders funds. So once I have done that, what we get is final equity shareholders funds. Okay, and then you divide that by your number of equity shares, and that gives us our value per fully paid share. So for every fully paid share, what is the value? Okay. Now as I said, ये notional calls हमने add किया है, ये actually हमें shareholders ने amount दिया नहीं है. So then what? So from the value for fully paid share, if I subtract the uncalled or unpaid amount per share, then what I get is value per partly paid share. Okay, so this is not necessary that हर question में, हर situation में ये आएगा ही. What is required is, अगर partly paid है, then you add the notional calls, and then over here you subtract the amount which is unpaid. So in case suppose 10 rupees per share is not paid up. Okay, here मुझे value for fully paid up share after adding the notional call suppose आ रहा है 30 rupees. Then from 30 rupees I will subtract the 10 rupees जो shares पे paid up नहीं है. So जो fully paid share है उनकी value 30 है, जो partly paid share है उनकी value 20 है. That is what it means. So this is basically, these are the two values which they will ask you to find in the sum, and this is nothing but our intrinsic value per share. Now this calculation we have done for equity shares. So preference shares का क्या? How do you value them? So first take this down, then I'll give you a small format for the preference shareholders. So now let's see the valuation for the preference shares, and as I said there could be participating preference shares or non-participating. पहले हम non-participating देख लेते हैं, where they don't get any profit, that is surplus, after the payment has been done for their capital. So non-participating में basically I'll take the preference share capital, and if in the balance sheet there is any dividend which has been declared but not paid, it is shown as a liability. So dividend declared, I can say, but unpaid. So that's all that they will get. उनका अपना जो actual capital है वो, plus dividend जो कंपनी ने declare किया है but अब तक उन्हें pay नहीं किया है वो. These two you add, and that is your total funds for preference shareholders. And you divide that by your number of preference shares, and that gives you your value per share. This is value per preference share. Okay. Now let's come to participating. In participating उनको ये दोनों चीजें तो मिलेंगी ही. So I'll write that again. The actual capital, and they will also get the dividend which is declared but not paid, that belongs to them. And apart from this, what they will get is the surplus in the share in the surplus of the assets. So plus share in surplus assets of the business. Because they are participating, जो भी अमाउंट बचेगा आफ्टर एवरीवन हैज बीन पेड, पूरा बैलेंस शीट खाली हो गया कंपनी का, ओके, एंड नाउ व्हाट इज रिमेनिंग इज टू बी पेड टू प्रेफरेंस शेयर होल्डर्स, उनको भी उनका अमाउंट दे दिया. उसके बाद जो भी कुछ बचता है दैट एक्चुअली बिलोंग्स टू इक्विटी शेयर होल्डर्स, बट इफ द शेयर्स प्रेफरेंस शेयर्स आर पार्टिसिपेटिंग then they also get a share in that surplus remaining. Okay, so that is why that has to be added when you are valuing them, and this will give us our total funds for preference shareholders and you divide it by number of preference shares to get your value per share. Okay, so this is how you value your preference shares. Generally your sum will not ask you for preference share valuation because it is not really required. Preference shares generally they are only entitled to their capital and as I said the dividend. Only when there is participating. और ये सब कब होगा? When will this valuation be done? Generally when the company is almost on the verge of closing down. तभी assets के surplus निकाले जाएंगे. Okay, otherwise for non-participating preference shares, the valuation is very simple. Generally, the face value itself becomes the value of the share. Take this down and we wind up this session. Next session, we'll be starting with the sums based on these valuations. Thank you.